Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a very special night here at Sterling High School. For the first time ever in the history of Sterling High School, the basketball team is going to host a South Jersey championship game. One reason is because it's hard to get there. The other reason is just recently they started having the higher seeded team host it. And we're here today with the guy that helped make it happen, Coach Barringer. Coach Barringer, thanks for being on the show.
My pleasure.
When you sat down in the summer and got ready for the season, what were some of your realistic expectations coming into this season?
Realistically, we wanted to, first work on our chemistry because there was a lot of kids that were younger, inexperienced, hadn't played with each other. So that was the first foundation, is to establish that brotherhood. Try to do that at least. And then the realistic expectation in front of us was, we want to win. We want to win a Colonial Conference, 3 times in a row, which would be good. But the way you do that is establishing that brotherhood and establishing the foundations first. So that was kind of like, if we take care of this, then hopefully the first goal in that would be the first goal after the second, well, that'd be the second goal, would be to win a Colonial Conference championship.
And what people may not know with the history of Sterling, for many years, Haddonfield has won the division.
Yes.
In fact, over almost 20 years, they were almost the sole owners of the division.
Once they split and it was, they had divisions, yeah.
So then you come in.
Yes.
You're a teacher here.
Yes.
You become the coach. We win the division your first 2 years. How did that happen?
It happened because I had great kids. I had great kids that bought into what it meant to establish a brotherhood and to establish playing for something bigger than themselves. And when they did that, there's nothing that can stop that. When you get kids to believe and you get kids that play for each other, watch out. It becomes an immovable force because they're all playing for something bigger and they're playing for each other. And that's kind of what you want to establish with those guys. And, shout out to the guys before that. I've told them time and time again, they bought into something early. And with that, they saw the results of it.
There's a lot of ebbs and flows in basketball, a lot of high moments and low moments. We're going to start first. What do you think the lowest moment was for you as a coach and a team this year?
Wow, on the spot. The lowest moment I thought for the team, I believe, is when we dropped the 2 in a row to lose, to now have to go back to Haddonfield in a conference, because it was difficult dealing with a young team to try and, understand that this really doesn't define us. But that was the goal when you establish, kind of like when the guys before have established that. It's very hard to try to figure out what is it that is getting in the way. I mean, there's a lot of things and a lot of factors that went into that, what we haven't seen, what we have seen, what we have to adjust. We get everybody's best now. So I think just off the top of my head, that was tough. And when we lost 4 in a row at the end of the year, that was tough. It wasn't the low moment, but that was a very difficult moment because you never want to lose 2 in a row. And then going and having that success, those losses, that wasn't easy, but it prepared us for where we are now.
High moment of the year so far?
There was 2 when we beat Haddonfield, because we saw, for the first time, we saw, we don't want to be too celebratory because that should be something that we should aspire to do all the time. But it was because it was a great test for us. We went to war with each other, and that was a great moment for us to really celebrate and say, hey, one of our sayings this year, it's always the brotherhood, but one of our sayings was, sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. And everybody had a key role to play in that. So that was a high moment. Then getting back to that high moment saying sometimes you, sometimes me, always us, is just this run in the playoffs, is that everybody in some way has contributed in each game to it would be Jadis one day, Bramir with some great steals, CJ getting on both sides of the glass, Travis becoming a better rebounder and doing all the little things right. Walt with his, acrobatics and, being effective a shot blocker and just making free throws down the stretch. And, the list goes on, but everybody is contributing in some way to the success of this team.
One of the wildest places to play is Haddonfield.
Yes.
And you beat them here. As you mentioned, you lost them there. Now you go back for the rubber game, and the winner goes to the championship. What was it like for you and the kids preparing for that game, and then as you were there in their arena as the game was going on?
Well, we said when we saw the seedings, like, this is the game we want. You know, even Overbrook, we know we wanted Overbrook back because in the scrimmage they came in here and kicked our butts right from the beginning. It was our first scrimmage. They came in here with a little chip on their shoulder, so we wanted that game to be able to say, hey, this is the time that we can kind of, establish ourselves again. So when we saw the seeding, we were excited that we were going to play Haddonfield because we know what we could do to beat them. We just had to execute it. So you asked me the question, what was it like preparing for that and going before? It was fun. We worked on the little things. We knew how we were going to attack them. We knew how we were going to defend them. So it was just a thing of staying locked in and learning how to enjoy, how to stay focused, and how to compete. And we were excited about doing that.
And it's hard to do in that atmosphere.
It's very hard. That's why I'm very proud of the guys, is that they were able to, because sometimes with our turnovers, that's what happens. We start to lose focus, and then we start to be loose with the ball. But for them to be able to do that for 4 quarters was great.
Is there a certain moment or play or two in that game that sticks out that says we really needed that, and that's what got us into this game we're getting ready for?
I honestly think, and it's surprising, but I really think that CJ's dunk was what we needed. Because these guys need to play loose, they need to have fun. Sometimes when they play too loose, the ball is all over. But when we were able to establish that we were having fun, I think that was the moment that really set the tone for the rest of the game, because it takes the weight off. Because now, we say all gas, no brakes. And now it's really coming to fruition. We're playing loosely and we're trusting each other. We're making the extra pass. And I think that was the first one. And then late in the stretch, CJ came back in the second quarter after he was in foul trouble, hit some big threes, contribute to that. And, Walt's shot blocking ability was one. Jadis was fantastic. But I think the last part that was defining was the steal underneath from Brahmir to continue from the big guy to disrupt them and to get it out ahead and us to continue to keep finishing. I thought that was like, let's bring it home.
The history of Group 2 in the last couple years has been all about Camden. Mm-hmm. And Camden played in the Camden County Tournament. They played here. You got to see them on the floor before we played.
Yes.
And then after that, they unfortunately played against Camden Eastside and were ruled ineligible for the tournament.
Yes.
How did you and the kids react to that? Did you see a difference in the team?
They lit up. I mean, the group chat was going bonkers, because it's like we have another opportunity, and we always say you can only control what you can control, right? And we learned that from soccer with Pete. It's really eerie, some of the same similarities, that we dropped the conference, which we know we could have won, and then we get back to saying, hey, you give us an opportunity and we'll get there. It doesn't matter what the seed is. And we were excited that that all things will work together. You know what I mean? Everything, the good, the bad. I told them, there's this Japanese art where it's when you break some pottery and you put it back together to make it more beautiful. It's that working together that makes everything great. So we were excited that we could come back and use all those pieces to create something beautiful and getting back to a final. So we were excited to be able to do that.
You'd mentioned your freshman earlier. Every team relies on a point guard or a general. How tough is it as a coach to put the freshmen out there and say, help us run these things?
It's really not, because when you show that you're in tune with the game, as a coach, it's always about, hey, how do I word this? When you go out there and you say, hey, we're on the same page, right? It's a lot more reassuring, and you feel more comfortable, because you know that you're playing the game, but we're kind of on the same page. And if we're not on the same page, you're going to come ask me to be on the same page. So it wasn't that hard, because Brahmir is inquisitive. He asks good questions. He likes to talk about things on the sideline. He comes and gets my ear, or he'll say something to me. So it's really not that difficult when you have a working relationship and you can kind of work that out.
We're a couple minutes away from arguably the biggest game in Sterling High School's gym as we get ready to host the Group 2 South Jersey Championship game. There's a team called Middle Township,
Uh-oh.
and we in Camden County, we just know them by name. What can you tell the fans about Middle Township?
Well, I've known Coach Greer for a while, and I was excited for him when he got the job at Middle because I knew, he was one of the runner-ups that could have taken that Camden job. We talked about Camden. He was at Camden when they were on some of those runs. He's a great coach. He is a great developer of talent, and he's also a great coach. He's a good coach to kids, right? He cares about kids. So when seeing him, that's what you're going to get. And the reason they play hard is because he's able to get that because of the relationship he has, because of the knowledge he has. So I was excited for him, just not now, because Middle Township is a team that really likes to run in transition. They have a point guard that really can get to his spots. They have height that can affect you. They can force tempo. And they like to, be really aggressive on defense. Their defense a lot of time translates to offense. And when they have, good outside, they have pretty good, decent outside shooters. They got a point guard that can get to where he wants to get on the floor. And then they have a big guy that they can feed into the post. They make it a little bit difficult. It's a little difficult to, attack them. But if you wanted to know, their defense really translates to offense. That's how they really tear teams down.
When you were playing as a player at Woodbury, did you ever dream of being a coach, or you think you might be a coach? When did that kick in?
Man, no. I had no aspirations. I mean, it was always something that was nice. My coach always wanted me to come back and to help and to be a part of something. He's actually the one that got me my first job at Glassboro because he really went to bat for me to get into that profession and really wanted me to do that once he saw I was good and get into the teaching profession. But as a player, I know I wanted to be a coach? Not necessarily. I knew I liked it, but I didn't know that would be my passion. And then it just became something that just fell into my lap, which is I'm grateful for it.
Now we're a few minutes away from the big game. You gonna be nervous? Do you think as you get ready, as the tip-off comes off?
I think you're nervous because you want to get to the game. Nervous is trivial, right? It's like you're not nervous, you're not scared. You just want to see what's happening because you want to control every aspect of the game. So you're anxious to know what can I control, but put me in the arena so I can try to figure that out. So the anxieties or the nervousness comes from I want to be able. All these scenarios have gone in my head. Let's now work them out and let's do them. So that's what you feel before the game, and then when you get in the game, you don't have time to feel any other thoughts but what's in front of you. So it's fun.
A lot of coaches I've talked to have been in this situation. They try to make it's just another game. When you're coaching it, when you're going to practice. How have you been attacking that?
It's funny. I didn't say that to my team because it isn't another game. Unless you've done that all year, unless you've always. I know I've heard that at Paulsboro. I've asked Mr. Claiborne what was the difference between Glenn Howard. Glenn Howard, a great Hall of Fame
Football.
coach, and he said he literally treated every single game the same. And I may not have been consistent enough to do that, right? That was never always my approach, but it is, if you treat it as the same game, because if you do the things that you've always done and you do the right things, you will be successful. But understand that it's something to enjoy because it's not like every single game. So that's why I always tell my kids, take a minute and really to enjoy the experience because it's not another game, and that exhilaration, it will be gone. It's like, when you have your wedding, like, how many people say, like, I forgot my wedding?
Yeah.
But you didn't take time to sit back and really enjoy it. So I say, sit back, enjoy it, really take some memories with you, and then let's go win this game.
In order to host the trophy at the end of the game, what does Sterling have to do in this game to get there?
I think we need to be able to deal with their pressure. We need to be able to dictate tempo. And if we execute in the half-court set, I think that it will allow us to set up some things that we want to set up, and it will allow us to dictate the tempo that we want to have rather than let them keep going up and down. And if we do that effectively, I think that we win this game.
Good luck, Coach.
Well, and I think we'll also win if we get the super fans like they did at Haddonfield and continue to be great fans and great supporters of our team. I think that will definitely send us over the edge, and we can't do it without the support of the community.
Well, speaking of somebody who was involved with the 2016 girls game, I think this is going to be an experience for you and your team like you've never experienced before.
Yeah.
And we're just going to be glad that we can there to document it, so when everything settles down, you get a chance to look at it.
Thank you very much, Tad. Appreciate what you guys do.
All right, coming up next, the game we've been waiting for, the South Jersey Group 2 Championship game here in our gym, Middle Township versus Sterling, right here on Channel 19.
Go Knights.
And welcome into Sterling Channel 19 today. The Group 2 Championship, biggest game of the year. We're going to give you a look at how jam-packed the sold-out gym is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined by Brian McCartan and Mr. Schulz. Phenomenal crowd on hand here today. Biggest game of the year. You can take a look at us here at the broadcast table. And in a minute, we're going to take a look at the super fans. And what a crowd that they have here today. And they are fired up for some Silver Knights championship action.
Well, we got a little bit of the super fans. First off, when Middle Township came in, we heard in a clean way. They were getting on them a little bit, and then obviously when Sterling came in, the crowd really erupted. And again, that's a precursor of what we're going to see once this game starts.
Yeah, this environment is just, it's nothing you could ever think of to imagine. I mean, this is the first time Sterling is hosting this type of game. It's a great environment to be in, and hopefully Sterling can feed off this energy and lead it to a dub.
So you take a look here, the Sterling Knights, the 4th seed in this Group 2 South tournament. They're 20-9 on the year. Middle Township, a 7 seed, 19-11. Take a look here at the Colonial Liberty standings. Haddonfield was the 1 seed in this bracket, got ousted by Sterling in the semifinal round at Haddonfield. Sterling 21-9 on the year, followed by Haddon Heights, Paulsboro, Haddon Township, and West Deptford in the Colonial Liberty and the Cape Atlantic National standings this year. St. Augustine 23-6, followed by Egg Harbor Township 26-5. The St. Joseph Wildcats 15-12, and Middle Township at the bottom of their division, but playing here for a title, the Group 2 title, at a 19-11 record, 6-6 in their division. Take a look at the side-by-side comparison. Sterling 21-9. They're second in the Colonial Liberty. Their offense puts up 55 points per game. Defense allows 52 points per game. Their last title was all the way back in 1999. CJ Mundell, the leading scorer, with 14 points per game, followed by Jadis McFadden, his fellow senior, 13 points per game. Junior Walter Garrison with 10 points per game, and sophomore Julian Johnson averages 8 a game. And for the opposing Middle Township team, they are 19-11. They came in 4th in the Cape Atlantic National. They put up 54 points per game, let in 1 point less than Sterling does on defense, 51 points per game. Last title was back in 2011. Bubba McNeil and Jamari McNeil, both the leading scorers with 15 and 11 respectively. Besqueen with 10 points per game, and Trombetta with 9 points per game. Serious notes, since 2007, Sterling's overall win percentage 59%. Middle Township 62% in the playoffs. Sterling below 500 at 10-14, 42%. Middle Township faring well in the playoffs, 24-18, 62% home away for Sterling, 58% for Middle Township. These two teams have never met before, and this is Middle Township's first time being over 500 since 2016. Sterling lost their last time in this Group 2 championship game back in 2013, the last time they were in it. Take a look at the starters. It's Basqueen, McNeil, Moore, Trombetta, and McNeil. And for Sterling, Mundell, McFadden, Long, Johnson, and Garrison rounding out the starting 5. And we're going to let the boys introduce themselves after the keys to the game, which are to value the ball and rebounds. Let the boys introduce themselves.
CJ Mundell, senior, guard, Summerdale.
Jadis McFadden, senior, point guard, Stratford.
Walter Garrison, junior, power forward, Woodbury.
Ramir Long, freshman, point guard, Laurel Springs.
Julian Johnson, sophomore, shooting guard, Summerdale.
Jake Spiritoso, junior, center, Magnolia.
Travis Schmid, sophomore, power forward, Laurel Springs.
Mark Lockett, senior, shooting guard, Stratford.
Amari Key, sophomore, guard, Summerdale.
Marquise Holloway, junior, center, Magnolia.
Zion Arnett, sophomore, small forward, Summerdale.
Brandon Allison, junior, guard, Laurel Springs.
Good look there at the 2022-2023 Sterling Knights team that has made it all the way here to the Group 2 final. Let's take a look at the path for both teams. As you take a look there in the first round, Sterling beat Camden Academy Charter by a score of 64-44. And for Middle Township, they defeated Gloucester by a score of 53-45. And then on to the quarterfinal round, Cinnaminson defeated Haddon Heights, and Middle Township defeated Lindenwald in that second round. Sterling was able to beat Overbrook here at home, and Haddonfield moved on against Bedford Tech. Leads us into the semifinal round where the 1 seed Bulldogs took on the 4-seeded Knights. Sterling was able to win that one 45-41. And Middle Township won with ease over the 3-seeded Cinnaminson 71-44, and that leads us to today, Tuesday, February 28th at 5:30. We're going to take a look at the common opponents here. Middle Township has a couple more wins against some quality opponents than Sterling does, and the most notable ones are wins against Medford, BCIT Medford campus and Bishop Eustace, 2 teams that Sterling lost to in this season. However, Sterling has more scoring against teams like Gloucester, and both teams lost to Paul VI. You take a look at the head coach from Middle Township, Lamar Greer. He was a McDonald's All-American, went to Florida State, and was a pro overseas in Europe. In 1993 and 1994, he was a Group 2 state championship. He made the Tournament of Champions game in 1993, and as a senior, he averaged 30 points per game, and he is the all-time leading scorer for Middle Township with 2,637 points. That is 9th in all of South Jersey. As now, the Sterling Knights are being introduced, and guys, it is loud in here.
I think, you're going to have early game jitters. I think the team that calms down and kind of gets into a rhythm first is really going to benefit, no doubt about it.
Yeah, this is one heck of an environment. I have to look at you guys so I understand what you guys are saying. That's how loud this gym is. It's going to stay like this the whole night, and I am ready for it. What an environment this is. I am so excited.
The gym is rattling and rocking tonight. It is sold out for this Group 2 final game held here at the Castle between the Sterling Knights and the Middle Township Panthers. Take a look at the coaching matchup. On the left there is Lamar Greer, who we just talked about being the McDonald's All-American, being a pro over in Europe. And on the right, Coach Justin Behringer of our Sterling Knights.
Yeah, Lamar Greer,
both student sections have traveled really well to this point. Sorry, Mr. Schulz.
It's okay. All good. All good. Lamar Greer, one of the great players in South Jersey history, now doing an outstanding job as a coach. And, of course, we said at length of what Coach Behringer has meant to this Sterling team. Guys, I think the big thing here is Sterling can't allow this game to get into a track meet. Middle Township can really get things going in the open court, and I think that's what they did against Cinnaminson. Got off to a fast start, a lot of fast break points. Sterling really has to negate that. You saw one of the keys to the game was rebounding, and a guy like that, C.J. Mundell, is going to be big there, as well as Walter Garrison. A couple of guys in the last 4 or 5 games that have really dominated on the boards.
We are just about ready for the tip between Basquine and Mundell. And the 2023 South Jersey Group 2 final is underway. Shot is up and good by Jameer McNeil. He took no time there getting a bucket for Middle Township.
Yeah, they want to establish a fast-paced game. You saw him go right to the basket. Wasn't too concerned about setting up any type of half-court offense.
McFadden lobs one up for Mundell. Almost slams it home early in this game. Now Middle Township on the run. Nice job by Sterling slowing it up. McNeil outside. He's going to be picked up by Johnson. Gets it to Bubba McNeil. Now some good ball movement.
Sterling going with the man defense. You could see them switch from man to zone at times.
They're going to get a travel there on Trombetta. We're going to take a look at the first basket, quick off the tip.
Now here's a look at that first basket. You see him go right at Jadis McFadden and get it soft off the glass. So definitely a guy who is good at finishing in traffic right there.
Yeah, it's a great job by Middle Township to set the tone early. We'll just have to see how Sterling can respond. They almost did with that CJ dunk, but they couldn't get it to go. We'll see how they can do it now.
Premier Long was the key right there in forcing that turnover. Real good job defending.
Garrison fires up a three. It's good! Walter Garrison from beyond the arc.
Well, they're going to let Sterling shoot from the outside. Really laid off Walter Garrison, and he drained it.
Good ball movement here for Middle Township now. Shot is up and good. Another basket there for Jameer McNeil. Here's Mundell. Ball is poked away. Now drives inside. Drawing some contact, and they'll get a jump ball. Take a look at the basket here for McNeil.
Take a look there at C.J. Mundell. You could see they're really guarding him tight. Trying to get that help defense over on his drive to the basket.
Garrison's layup is good. All 5 points for the Knights beat Walter Garrison in this first quarter.
Yeah, he's a guy that you're going to really need to step up if you're going to win this game. As you said, Schultz, they need someone like C.J. Mundell and McFadden. But when you have Walter Garrison stepping up as well, you got a dangerous team to compete against.
McNeil outside, pass to Trombetta. Three is up and no good there. Rebound Garrison. Pass to Mundell. Mundell drives inside, trying to draw some contact. Shot no good. Rebound there by Moore. Moore drives inside. And they're going to count the basket with a foul there on Premier Long. He cannot believe it.
Well, we're going to look at this. I thought Premier Long had his feet set. We'll look at the replay. Wow, that's a tough one to take. I thought he really had, it looked like he had his feet set there.
I have to agree with you, Schultz, but it's still early. Can't let that define this first quarter. Sterling's got to bounce back.
So Moore to the line now. Free throw no good. Rebound Mundell. 6-5 ball game early in this first quarter. Pass to Long. Orchestrating the offense. Now calls for a screen from Garrison. Here's McFadden. Drives, spins, cuts to the rack, and it's in for Jadis McFadden. He ties the game. Or makes it a 1-point game, excuse me.
Jadis McFadden picking up where he left off on a drive to the basket. Real nice spin move thrown by the defender.
Shot is up and good there from Anthony Trombetta. Here is Long. He's picked up by McNeil. Mundell. Fakes, pump fake, now kicks it out. Here's McFadden. McFadden with the drive. Shot's good. Jadis McFadden.
Yeah, and I think the key there was he stepped in the pass, into the pass, sensitive defender was a little bit out of control, blew right by him. And again, Jadis McFadden finishes on the drive.
Trombetta thought about a three. Now kicks it to McNeil, to the other McNeil. Jameer McNeil is picked up by Premier Long. Trying to go to work, pass inside. Go back screen, it was taken away. And now in the hands of Mundell. Mundell drives inside, racing toward the rim, shot no good. Rebound there by Chase Moore. Puts it on the floor for McNeil. McNeil's pull-up jumper is good.
Well, right now, McNeil is the go-to guy with a couple of short jumpers, a couple of drives to the basket. He's a guy who's really got a lot of confidence on the offensive end for Middle Township.
drives inside and draws a foul. Take a look here at the fast break opportunity for Middle Township. Just a solid pull-up jumper there.
Yeah, he's just going to stop, pop, and shoot if you give him any type of room. And nice job by Premier Long. Sensing he was a little bit out of control in that drive to the basket, was able to gain contact and get himself to the free throw line.
First free throw was good for the freshman, and now checking into the game for the Knights is Travis Schmidt. He'll come in for C.J. Mundell.
Travis Schmidt, another younger guy who's done an outstanding job all year. And it really can hurt you in a lot of different ways when you talk about his ability to hit from the outside,
Quick correction.
score down low, and rebound.
As the second free throw is no good, Schmidt checked in for Johnson. Mundell still on the floor. Pass in the corner, McNeil for three. Shot no good, bounce around, rebound. Now in the hands of Garrison. He'll get it to Long, 2-point game. Garrison drives inside, pull-up shot, no good. Rebound, and now on the break. In the hands of Mundell now, pass to Garrison. Garrison, pump fake. Wisely slows it up, and they get him with the travel. Wild sequence of events there, really fast-paced, and
Yeah, a couple real nice defensive plays by Chase Moore down in the low post against Garrison.
Yeah, because that looks like a play that you might think Garrison can get an easy bucket right there, but nice job by Moore to get back on defense and save a bucket and keep this a 2-point Middle Township lead.
we're talking it over at the scorer's table.
Sterling's going to try to disrupt Middle at midcourt, but the one thing you don't want to have happen is get this into a fast-paced game. Not quite sure. Okay, they're having a scoring issue. They're talking to, you see them talking to Mr. Farr over there, the one referee.
We're going to take a look now at the shot from beyond the arc for Garrison to get the Knights on the board for their first 3 points of the game.
Not only did it get us on the board, but it got the crowd involved. I think that's been a big part of what's been going on here in the early going. And guys, Stroh's going to go with some half-court pressure. And this is kind of disruptive, but one thing you want to make sure of, this again doesn't turn into a track meet, because that's where Middle Township can really get up on teams very quickly. So far, it's been primarily a half-court game which favors Sterling.
Middle Township with a lot of their baskets to this point in transition. They'll now have to score in the half court. Here's Trombetta. Trombetta drives inside. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound Mundell. Here's Mundell, he's guarded by Moore. Now pass to Long, picked up by McNeil. Long, driving. Baseline, kick to the corner, now it's McFadden, he finds Mundell. Thought about a three, now back to McFadden. Good ball moving here for the Knights, and McFadden loses it. Pass is too high, now out to McNeil. McNeil, hop steps in the lane, shot no good. Rebound by Basquine, can't get the layup to go. Bob it around, rebound from Neil Long. Nice job by Sterling. They're slowing up the tempo with 2:10 remaining.
Yeah, good job getting back, not allowing Middle Township to get the fast break there.
C.J. Mundell for three, and he gives the Knights a 1-point lead. Take another look at it. And it looked as though one of the towels from the Superfan section came out onto the court. The official making a stoppage of play, but we're going to take another look here at the three from Mundell.
Yeah, late to get out on C.J. Mundell, but if he starts hitting from the outside and they got to guard him, he's got that quick first step, bringing help defenders over, that's going to give opportunities for other guys on the court. Good job pressuring at half court by Sterling.
Jameer McNeil picked up by McFadden. Drives left, now backs out. Finds Moore. Moore for three, no good. Rebound Schmid.
Yeah, they played off Moore. Definitely were playing off him and garnered more attention to McNeil, a guy who's hurt them in the early going.
Both McNeils were the leading scorers for Middle Township, as we saw 15 and 11 apiece for the McNeils. Another three from Mundell, shot no good. Rebound there for Bubba McNeil. He's trapped in the corner. Got to get rid of it. Knocked around, and it goes out of bounds on Sterling. So it will stay with Middle Township.
Well, we're seeing Sterling. We saw him initially a little bit ago, about a minute ago, put pressure to half court. Now they come up with a trap right there, really trying to disrupt what Middle Township's trying to do early on and them coming up the court.
Here's McNeil starting to accelerate. Sterling trying to trap him. Pass on the floor, now in the corner. Here's Bubba McNeil swatted away by Arnett. And they get a carry there. So either way, it's Sterling ball.
And you can see that trap is really affecting what Middle Township's doing, trying to play a little bit too fast, playing a little bit out of control.
McFadden now to Mundell. Mundell is trapped, got to get rid of it, finds Garrison. Garrison, nice find to Schmid. Layup no good there by Travis Schmid. Rebound Moore. Schmid, slow, and they're going to travel there. Jameer McNeil right in front of the scorer's table. He can't believe it.
Yeah, and again, the defense and the traps and everything they're trying to do right now is really disrupting what McNeil's doing. I think you saw a little contact beforehand. May have gotten away with one right there, but we'll take it.
And you see Mundell was fired up. He knew it was a travel right off the bat. 30 seconds remain in this first quarter. McFadden, bounce pass, now back to McFadden. Sterling trying to work something here. Nice job by Middle Township rotating defensively here in the zone. 10 seconds remain. Sterling gonna hold for a final shot. Mundell in the corner, pull-up jumper, airmail. Rebound on net. Back to Schmid. Schmid fires up at the buzzer. Can't get it to go this time. Action-packed first quarter ends with the Knights up 13-12. At the end of one in the Group 2 South Jersey Championship game. We'll be right back with second quarter action after this.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me. Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? You never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. You never first rule.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Sterling with a 13-12 lead over Middle Township as we are about ready to get things going in this second quarter. Nice shot of the traffic right there. Middle Township will start with possession. A very back-and-forth first quarter here in this South Jersey Group 2 Championship game. And we'll see if Middle Township can take the lead back. Pass outside to McNeil. Nice find to Trombetta. He drives inside, makes some moves. Shot no good. And a rebound by Mundell.
And really good defense there by Sterling. Nice job by Walter Garrison to switch on to Trombetta when Johnson got caught jumping.
Here's Bernard Long. He chucks up a three. Shot is no good. And that's going to be a rebound for McNeil. They almost We're able to get it back in. Here's a quick drive toward the basket. He loses it. And now here's Mundell who gets the rebound. What a move behind the back. Mundell drives. Shot does not go. And a rebound there by Chase Moore. He loses it. Long gets it back. That shot is blocked. McFadden gets it. Then it's Garrison. Mundell with the basket and score. What a strange sequence right there. But Sterling is able to add on.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an odd sequence with Sterling able to get a basket and a nice job. When Middle Township was starting to get on the run, they did a nice job of poking it away.
Yeah, the game definitely starting to get a little bit out of control. Middle Township been sloppy with some of their passes, and Sterling all year has been great at cutting off passing lanes.
So here's McNeil working against McFadden. A nice screen out to McNeil, and that shot is not going to go. And it seems to be an off-the-ball foul.
And I'm not sure if we're going to have a replay of this, but if you look at it, it looked like, we're not going to get another look at it, but it looked like Bubba McNeil, number 3, pushed off of Ramir Long, and they get Long with the second foul. So that's going to send him to the bench, and we saw this in a couple of games this year where Long got into a bit of foul trouble, and it really hurt the Knights.
And you see Isaiah Arnett come in. He's been a big part of what Sterling's been able to do, coming off the bench, and boy, they need him now more than ever.
So that inbound unsuccessful goes out of play to be Sterling ball.
One thing you lose from Ramir Long, you need from Ramir Long that you're losing right now is his ability to defend out on the perimeter.
So here's McFadden to start things off for the Knights. They lead it by 3, less than 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Johnson finds Mundell inside. Nice spin move, drives toward the basket. The shot is good. But there's going to be a traveling violation, so the shot will not count.
Take another look at it. Mundell spins in the lane. Obviously, the official had the best view of that. He was right there.
Nice block there by Arnett, so the Knights get it back. Gets out to Garrison. Garrison gets free, finds Johnson in the corner. Johnson jumps up a 3, shot no good. And then we get a foul, and it's going to be Middle Township possession.
Yeah, they're going to get Zion Arnett on over the back right here, and it's not really a bad call. It's a pretty obvious call there. He goes over the back, but I like the aggressiveness, trying to hustle for that offensive rebound. It's only his first foul.
Yeah, and he had that steal to get the ball going the other way, so he's a big key in this game, coming off the bench.
That pass almost gets away and splits out of bounds. It's going to be Sterling ball. And as you said, Schulz, Middle Township just not really fully connecting with their passes so far in this game.
Yeah, I don't think so. Doing defensively, really disrupting Middle Township, not allowing them to get into any type of offensive flow. We saw last game, I heard last game about how they got off to the fast start, up 38-14 at halftime. So obviously this game is taking on a different type of start.
McFadden finds Garrison, then out to Mundell. Mundell guarded by McNeil. He trips up a bit. Ball ends up on the ground, and it's going to be a jump ball. And it will be Sterling ball.
Nice shot by Mundell there. He loses it for a second, but a nice shot to just hang on to it to force a jump ball, and the Knights have the possession arrow in their favor.
And you can see right now, wherever C.J. Mundell gets the ball, they're really collapsing down on him, trapping him, really trying to get to him before he gets going, because we've seen what C.J. Mundell can do once he gets that first step past somebody.
So here's McFadden, finds Garrison, motions toward the center, then finds Mundell. Mundell, back step jumper, that shot is good. Beautiful shot there by C.J. Mundell, makes it a 5-point Sterling lead.
And Middle Township has to be careful because C.J. Mundell is starting to get into a little bit of a zone right now. When that happens, the Knights are so much better with their number 1 option, just clicking on all cylinders.
Middle Township trying to respond. McNeil gets that one to Trombetta. There's a fine, there's a 3-ball, shot is good for Aiden Howell. And that'll cut the lead down to 2.
That's a nice job by Howell, guy coming off the bench, and first shot in this game is a big one for 3.
Drive toward the basket, no good by McFadden. Rebound by Trombetta. He drives, nice pass. Shot is blocked. He'll try again. That one no good. They get the rebound, and then it's McNeil to finish.
Just got to do a better job on the defensive boards right there, as Sterling gave them 3 offensive rebounds, 3 opportunities to put one up, and eventually it was McNeil who cashed in on the basket.
So we're not talking
again, that was one of the keys to the game coming in. You can see where Sterling really has to do a better job there.
That gets stripped away. Ball's on the ground. Arnett ends up with it. He loses it, and eventually a foul is going to be called. Actually, no, it's going to be a timeout. It'll be a timeout by Sterling.
Well, Bach just loses it and then comes up, and nice shot by Arnett to take a hit right there. Able to just get it away, and a good timeout by Coach Behringer. And we're going to take a look. See right here, nice job by defense. Defensively there by Sterling. They get their Middletown gets the offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound and able to catch it. So 2 offensive rebounds right there.
Yeah, they just had more guys crashing the boards. McNeil, an outside player, came in and eventually got the putback.
Yeah, if you're Sterling defensively, you cannot have that happen. Giving them 3 opportunities, obviously, at least at some point, they're going to cash in, especially for how good and how big in size this Middle Township team is. So you got to get those defensive boards if you're Sterling.
And that was a nice job, as you said, by Mr. Schultz, by McNeil crashing the boards, being one of the guards to just come in, tip it in, and get this game tied at 17.
So we McFadden to inbound it. Quickly gets it out to Long. Here's Long, gets it to Mundell. Finds Schmid. Schmid looking for somebody open. He can't find anyone. Eventually gets it to Long. And Long gets it stripped away, but a foul is called. And it's going to be on Jameer McNeil, his first.
Take a look right here. Nice job. Ramir Long finds a way to get open when Schmid needed him to. And nice job there by drawing the foul against McNeil for him to pick up his first.
Long pass to Mundell, back to Long, then back to Mundell. 3:20 remaining in this first half, all knotted up at 17. Here's Mundell, and that pass just soars into the crowd.
Middle Township right now just sitting back in that zone. Allowing Sterling, if they want to get some open looks from the outside. They really want to be able to have that help defense to defend any type of drive to the basket.
Here's Baskin, gets that one. That's going to be a traffic violation on Chase Moore.
It's going to be a step there from Moore, and as soon as everybody saw that, everybody was looking for travel. The official gets it. Nice job by Forsyth. An unforced turnover there for Sterling. You might be able to credit that one there to the super fans.
The 6th man.
So here is Long trying to set up a play. And try to get it to McFadden in the corner. .249 remaining here in this second quarter. Again, all knotted up at 17.
Right now you see Basquine out on the perimeter. Middle Township trying to take advantage of his length. And you get him and one of the other guys out there to trap. They feel like they could get Sterling into a turnover.
That pass is tipped by McNeil. It'll go out of play.
You had a good job, James McFadden. You had the tip ball right there, but I like the fact that he's moving towards the passes. If you keep yourself flat-footed, accepting these passes, it's going to open up the opportunity to possibly get trapped.
And they're doing a nice job of taking their time, not really forcing anything in this zone like they were a couple minutes earlier.
Enough on McFadden, and here's long pass, and it's going to sail right into the cheerleaders.
You got to think a lot. You've seen a couple passes go high. A lot of that has to do with the length that you have and the height on the perimeter. You have Basquine there. You know you've got a taller defender. You try to overcompensate, and you get the unforced turnover.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen Premier Long do something like that. He tried to find McFadden earlier, couldn't get it to him, and this time just can't get it to Mundell. So he's Howell to inbound it, gets it to McNeil. Middle Township looking for the lead with 2:12 remaining. Here's Moore, gets that to Trombetta. That shot is good.
Nice job with the screen there by Middle Township. Really caught Travis Schmid, and that caused him to be a step behind defensively. Nice job by Trombetta to finish.
Sterling trying to answer back. Here's Mundell. He chucks up a three. Shot is just off. And a rebound there by Trombetta. He gets that one quickly to Howell. Screen to McNeil. Thought of a three. There goes the jumper. No good. Offensive rebound. Shot cannot go through. But then a nice finish by Real Basquine.
Just another example of how Sterling has to do a better job on the defensive boards there. Another opportunity.
Good defensive play there. Jameel McNeil having a big first half for Middle Township.
Coach Barnes is going to allow his team to play their way through this. Middle Township with their biggest lead.
Three ball, no good. There's a rebound there by Moore.
And Jacob, you mentioned the lack of rebounding right now. It's really hurting Sterling.
And they did a better job there of stopping that transition offense from Middle Township. Nice job to just slow it up and force them in the half court.
Three ball, no good. Offensive board gets it ripped away by McFadden. It goes out of play. And we're going to take a look at this dunk by McNeil that all started with that interception there.
There's Jameer McNeil, who's been a big part of what Middle Township's been able to do this first half.
Three ball in the corner, it's no good. Sterling finally gets a defensive rebound. Nice find to Johnson. Layup, no good. It looks like he stepped out, so it's going to be Sterling ball.
This is a tough shot by Johnson right here. He went up with the left hand, or the right hand, excuse me.
So we're going to time out by Middle Township. 21.4 seconds remaining.
And you can find us on Facebook. Check out what's going on around the castle. Mr. Claiborne's Castle Connections and all things sports. If you're on the Facebook at Sterling TV 19. If you're on Facebook, check it out.
So both teams discussing there, and a big section of that second quarter was a lot of key defensive plays for Middle Township, but a great job by McNeil in this first half to really get it going for Middle Township, create big plays, and that's probably one of the reasons why Middle Township sees themselves up by 6.
Middle Township's rebound. It's still got a little bit sloppy with their passes, and you can see that Middle Township's very aggressive on the perimeter, especially McNeil. He was able to cut off that one pass, go the other way with the dunk. And just like that, you're seeing Middle Township out to a 6-point lead.
Well, and they've just done a better job on the offensive boards, and they've done a better job of getting stops and running their offense, which favors them in transition.
So both
Good
teams.
opportunity here for Sterling to end this first half on a high note with a basket.
21.4 seconds remain. McFadden inbound to Mundell on another foul. And that's going to send.
That's a real nice job by C.J. Mundell. I think sensing the defender was a little bit off balance. He just went up and he knew he was going to draw the foul.
So now 20.3 seconds remaining. Here comes the first shot from Mundell. And it's good. Mundell can't get the second one to go. So now it looks like Middle Township will just let it clock down to a final shot opportunity. McNeil working against Garrison. Nice find. 3-ball is good. Anthony Trombetta puts up the 3, and Middle Township is up by 8 entering this second half.
This is not the way Sterling wanted to end the half. They give Trombetta just too much space on the outside there in the corner. They're really honing in on Jameer McNeil, and that allows for some other guys to get opportunities, and that one was tough at the end of the half.
So 26-18 Middle Township, second half action coming up right after this.
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands. There it is! My God! Holy moly! Magnum! It's beautiful.
Moral of the story, always be nice.
I can't believe I'm working on this homework for over an hour now. I'm gonna have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed.
What?
It's got you all excited. I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person though.
You just met this girl yesterday, and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful. Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight.
What is
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
I need to use the potty.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can.
I wasn't even going for that long.
Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
Wait, you haven't heard the rumors about the hallway predator?
Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary. Who even is this dude?
Don't linger in the hallways.
I could really use a bev right now.
Brayden, how many times did I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom, just water? Brayden, how many times did I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom?
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Dude, would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't join me for the Flyers game! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
And welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Quick halftime break here as Sterling trails the South Jersey Group 2 final to Middle Township 26-18. We're going to take a look at some of the leading scorers for your Knights. It's Mundell with 8, Garrison with 5, and McFadden with 4. And for the Middle Township Panthers, it is Jameer McNeil with 13, Trombetta with 4, and Basquide with 4. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights for McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil has been on fire this first half. Just a lot of cool jumpers, a lot of great big defensive plays from Middle Township. Just stuff that they asked for and stuff that they need out of him in order to get this 8-point lead that they have right now. And they're going to need him down the stretch as well to continue making these big plays if they want to win this game.
And now we're going to take a look at some of the highlights for Sterling's leading scorer, C.J. Mundell.
Yeah, C.J. Mundell, he's been big for the Knights so far. I mean, they're going to continue to use him a lot, and they really need him to get some big rebounds and make some clutch threes. And we've seen that from Mundell before, especially in these playoffs. He's been clutch when he's been needed to. And so far, he's been living up to this statement that we've wanted him to achieve. And if we want to win this game, if Sterling wants to win this game, they're going to need a lot out of him in the second half.
I think the other thing you're seeing is that Middle Township, when we go out and have to help defenders and trap on them, especially in the latter part of that half, they're getting the ball to the open man, and that was no more evident than when you saw them get it out to the wing for that buzzer-beating three-pointer, where they really had Sterling chasing the shooter.
Guys, just want to mention one thing real quick, that Jameer McNeil coming into the game averaged 15 points per game. Right now, he's already at 13, so Sterling's going to have to try and keep tabs on him, as he's been the leading scorer for Middle Township all year.
Yeah, that's pretty much one of their big defensive keys to the half, is to stop Jameer McNeil. And if they can do that, that eliminates their biggest score, and that eliminates their biggest offensive threat. So if they can do that, they should be able to come back into this game. I mean, it's only an 8-point game. They still have plenty of time to get back into it. But if they can eliminate him, that's one person they don't have to worry about.
And McNeil and Basquine have also really disrupted Sterling in our half-court set, especially out on the perimeter. They force Sterling with the trap on one side into long passes, and these guys really jump in and cut off the passing lanes. And I think they also take advantage of Basquine's length. A real big guy out on the perimeter, forcing Sterling into some high passes.
So about ready to get things underway here in the second half. Who will win the South Jersey Group 2 final? We will find out very, very soon. Middle Township starting off with possession. Here's a mid-range jumper. Shot does not go. And a rebound by Mundell, but there's going to be a foul on the play.
And that right there was almost another opportunity for Middle Township to get another offensive rebound. Sterling really has to come out of the half with better rebounding defensively.
Yeah, and a good thing there, though, with C.J. Mundell, he got much better position to get the rebound, forcing the foul.
So here is Long. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson, nice move, gets it stolen away by McNeil. McNeil driving to the basket, and the shot cannot go. Able to get the offensive board back was a foul. And we'll take a look at it. It was a well set up play to Basquine, just could not get it to go through.
Yeah, it all started with McNeil with the steal. Again, aggressive play on the perimeter. He's really been effective for Middle Township in a lot of different ways.
First shot by Basquine is good. Middle Township trying to get out to a 10-point lead. And they do. So Sterling's going to have to play from behind. Here's McFadden. Drives, and the shot is good.
Well, that's what you need from one of your senior leaders. I mean, it's been a long time since they had a field goal, and they were able to get him a drive to the basket by James McFadden.
Middle Township looking to answer back, three ball off the mark. It's McNeil, the Bubba McNeil, who gets the rebound. And he delivers it to Jameer McNeil. It's inside, back to McNeil. Nice perimeter ball movement. Here's a drive toward the basket. A nice pass in the corner. Nice lockdown defense by Long. 6.5 to go in the third.
Middle Township right now content to play with the lead, moving the ball around.
Three ball is good by Real Basquine, and Middle Township is out to an 11-point lead. Here's Mundell. Finds McFadden. Drives inside. Shot does not go. Rebound by Bubba McNeil. Drives up the floor. Loses it for a moment. Able to get it back. Nice job by Middle Township to stay with it.
Middle Township's really been patient in the last couple half-court sets.
Here's McNeil, who was driving. And then there was a foul at the end of the play.
That's a tough one to change defense. I thought I saw a push-off on McNeil.
Inbound quickly to Basquini.
And it's an 11-point game right now, and if Sterling just tightens a few things up defensively, we could be looking at a totally different game.
Here's a drive and a pump fake. Can't lay the shot through. Mundell gets the rebound. Pass intercepted there. Middle Township quickly gets it back. McNeil gets it out to the other. Shot no good. And it's Premier Long who gets the rebound. Finds Johnson. Johnson drives. Can't get the shot to go. And Garrison can't get the rebound. It goes out of play.
And we know that playing fast favors Middle Township. We are already down by 11. Got to be able to just slow the game down, run a half-court set. It's going to take time to score, but methodically, you have time to kill here and make this more of a competitive game.
So McFadden inbound it. Long pass out to Premier Long. Gets it out to Mundell. Mundell winning against McNeil. That's a fun matchup to watch. Mundell pump fake, then finds Garrison inside. Garrison to the basket. Shot is good. And a timeout called by Coach Behringer. And a very smart one as that makes it a 9-point game.
And that's one thing we haven't seen him go to Walt Garrison down in the low post offensively. He's been a big part of what they've been able to do in the last 2 or 3 games. Really had a lot of confidence, especially against Haddonfield, scoring, taking on bodies down in the low post. You see them get the ball to him right here. So that's something we're going to need to see a little bit more as we move forward here in this third quarter.
Yeah, we've been able to call Walt Garrison's names ever since the very beginning of this game. And it's a great thing to see because we want to see guys like Garrison and Long step up when they need to. And hopefully that's the start of this right now.
And Walt Garrison during this playoff run has been that guy. Simply put, I mean, just the guy that they really had to have a guy step up, and he was that guy that stepped up, and we're going to need him to step up for Sterling here with the remaining time that's left in this championship game.
Take a look at some of our super fans who really came out well. This gym was pretty packed with like 45 minutes until game time. That just shows the commitment of these super fans coming out here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you saw things all over social media about who has an extra ticket because it's sold out so fast, and everybody wants to be at this game right now. And if you're not with us, at least you get to listen to me, Brian, and Mr. Schulz.
They're really trying to pressure the ball, trying to turn things around here.
3 ball in the corner, and it is good. Bubba McNeil drills a 3.
Well, I think, yeah, you're pretty honest. Middle Township's doing a much better job taking on pressure and finding the open man.
So the Township gets it back. There's a foul. Take a look back here at the 3 in the corner by Bubba McNeil.
Well, and that's a good shot right there by Bubba McNeil, who had his other 3 in the corner there. That was just a missed defensive rotation by Sterling.
Yeah. First shot, it is good by McNeil. McNeil's second shot is good. Now, something we really haven't seen from Sterling in this playoff run, being down by a boatload. We'll see how they can do against this Middle Township team at adversity. 3-ball, big one. Travis Schmidt from the corner.
And that's what Sterling needs right now is shots from the outside. Middle Township is giving it to them with this zone. They got to convert. Nice shot by Schmidt.
Drive to the basket, rebound by Mundell. Mundell slows it up. Gets it to Schmidt. Drive inside, feed. There inside, Mundell chucks up a three. Shot is good. Even by right down from C.J. Mundell. 8-point game.
That's exactly what Sterling needs. Middle Township is just handing Sterling these three-pointers, and they're now converting with that zone that Middle Township's running.
Sterling looking for some momentum. Drive, nice pass inside. Layup, no good. Goes out of play. It is Middle Township ball.
A good aggressive play by Sterling down the low post. You see real good ball movement right here. And getting the ball to Travis Schmidt. Kind of taking away Basquin's effect of being a long defender out on the perimeter. And you see right here, they get Middle Township chasing, and C.J. Mundell drains the three.
That's a big three there for Mundell. Easy find there. Drive inside, good for Basquin. Back to a 10-point game. We'll see how Sterling can respond. 2:53 to go in the third. Sterling trying to slow up the pace. Here's McFadden trying to draw up the play. Gets it to Mundell. Find it Garrison inside. Drive toward the basket. Shot no good. No rebound there. Here's a drive. McNeil gets it out to Trombetta. Here's a shot from the corner. Way off. Hits the ball. It'll be Sterling ball.
Well, you're going to take a look. McNeil was calling for the ball, and he thought he had space until out of nowhere came C.J. Mundell there on the rotation.
Yeah, you see right here, guys, Middle Township has moved Basquin. He was out on the perimeter defending. Now they've got him down at a low post. And he made a real nice defensive play against Garrison.
Mundell for three, just not quite good on the shot right there. So 2:06 remaining here in the third. 10-point game, 38-28. Sterling looking for a stop. Here's McNeil trying to set up a play. Finds Bubba McNeil. Jumper there is good.
And he's a guy that's been kept sort of under wraps until this point in the game. I believe he has 8 points now. He was the second leading scorer for Middle Township with 11.
There's a foul at the end of that play. We'll take a look at the bucket there by Bubba McNeil.
And that's not an easy shot, guys. That's a pull-up jumper over a defender right in the proximity of Bubba McNeil, and he somehow just swishes it, nothing but net.
Yeah, Casey, just create your own offensive opportunity.
Drive to the basket, swatted away. McNeil gets the rebound. Here's a fine. Through ball from the corner, no good. McFadden gets Watson away. Schmidt ends up with it. Drive, no good. Arnett gets it for Sterling. That shot is blocked. Middle Township gets it back. Almost gets it stripped away. Ball is loose, ends up on the ground.
Travel.
It's going to be a travel.
I guess they heard me. Boy, right now, Basquin is playing out of his mind on the defensive end. We saw how he affected the game out on the perimeter. Now he's affecting what Sterling's trying to do down in the low post, and Sterling was fortunate to get the travel and get this ball back.
Mundell passes swatted away out of bounds, will go right to the scorer's table.
And Sterling right now is telegraphing their passes out on the perimeter, and Jameer McNeil has intercepted a couple already, almost intercepted another one right there. Got to be more careful with number 5 out on the perimeter.
Here's Mundell. Finding Garrison inside. Then to McFadden. Drives toward the basket. Shot is good. Big bucket there for Jadis McFadden.
Falling down. What an improbable shot there by Jadis McFadden.
Sterling looking for a quick defensive stop. 3-ball from the corner. Good. Bubba McNeil with some clutch threes in this third quarter, adding on to this Township lead. 20 seconds to go in the third. Arnett, long pass. Sterling stays with it for now. McFadden gets it. Long pass to Mundell. Out to Garrison. McFadden drives inside. Moves a few defenders. Sterling can't get it. It's McNeil instead. 3 seconds left. Can they get a shot? The shot goes up. The shot no good. 1 quarter remaining here in the South Jersey Group 2 Championship game. It's Middle Township up by 13, 43-30. Can Sterling come back? We'll find out after this.
Watch where you're going, pal.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Guys, this has to stop. 8% of high schoolers have bought no school property. It isn't cool. This ain't no fight club. We have to change.
One quarter of regulation remains until the champion is decided. Sterling trails it to Middle Township 43-30. And guys, Sterling got a little life out there in that third quarter.
Yeah, and you're looking at, you thought they were getting back in it, but it just seems like at key times, you're looking at Middle Township team that's been draining some outside shots as we look at Sterling right here, trying to figure things out. And I think one big thing, you saw Basquine out on the perimeter most of the game. They dropped him down to the low post, and he's been the defensive star for Middle Township to go along with McQueen and what he's been able to do.
8 minutes until the champion is crowned. Here's McFadden. Whistles. And now one of the officials is at the table.
Yeah, I don't think the clock started on time when it needed to. It was at 8 minutes. They inbounded it. About 4 seconds went by, and it was still 8 minutes. So I think, yep, there we go.
So here is Mundell over to McFadden. McFadden out to Long. Long thought about a three, back to McFadden. Now in the corner, and a whistle. Kickball violation. It'll stick with Sterling.
Well, they've got Basquine now back out on the perimeter. Here's some Sterling again into some high passes.
Foul there on Bubba McNeil. Just his first foul of this contest. Sterling to inbound. Pull-up jumper is swatted away, and now in the hands of Basquine. Back to Mundell. Mundell to Garrison. Nice match from Mundell to Garrison, and a good way to start the fourth quarter for the Knights.
Yeah, look for Sterling to put some pressure here to kind of disrupt things to get this Middle Township team out of an offensive rhythm. And this is where, well, he didn't like the foul, but he's got to just stay calm here.
Fourth foul for Premier Long. So that'll send him back to the bench. Checking in for him is Julian Johnson. Here's McNeil, picked up by McFadden. Long, trying to be calmed down on the sideline. Now Bubba McNeil. Good ball movement. Here's Moore. Here's McNeil. Finds Moore outside. Bubba McNeil thought about a long three. Vasquine spins into the lane. Shot is up, no good. Batted around or foul. Will be going Sterling's way.
Yeah, we've seen Middle Township have these long half-court sets, and a lot of times they've been leading to them getting offensive opportunities and converting, but not right there. So that's a good sign for Sterling. Right now, down by 11. Really need to convert right here.
McFadden. Mundell now outside, picked up by Bubba McNeil. Now McFadden drives inside, dish off. Arnett swatted away by Vasquine.
Yep.
Rebound, Trombetta.
Vasquine again having an impact. They move him down to the low post, and he gets the block, and they get the ball going the other way.
Good ball movement now. Here's McNeil. He'll slow up the pace, and that's what you can expect now from Middle Township with a big lead here in this fourth. Got it around, and now give it right back. Here is Moore, spin into the lane, swatted away by Garrison, and now in the hands of Garrison. Mundell fires a rocket inside to Garrison. Garrison with the opening, it's good.
Yeah, that's a great job of Garrison getting an excellent defender in Vasquine up off his feet.
And Mundell picks up a foul there. Sterling needs to stay composed. Mundell's third foul.
Yeah, I know it's his third foul, but not a bad one. I mean, we're late in this game, and I don't think you want to give Vasquine any type of clean look going to the basket.
Zion Arnett subs out, Travis Schmid subs in. 5:37 remaining, Middle Township leads it 43-34. Trombetta to inbound. Here is Bubba McNeil, picked up by Johnson. Now Trombetta finds Moore. McNeil. Now picked up by Schmid, fires up a long three and sinks it. Just no answer for the McNeils tonight, guys.
Yeah, and you really can't defend that. And they've had about 3 or 4 like that. Fortunately, Mundell counted.
Mundell's three rolls around the rim, and he answers back with another three. So all null and void there.
Almost a backcourt violation there.
Three is up. And they'll get a foul in the corner.
That's going to be on C.J. Mundell, his fourth.
We're going to take a look at it, and the foul was called late. This is the three by McNeil, and I mean, Schmid does everything right. Trombetta's first free throw is good. 10-point game now with 4:45. Guys, Sterling really needs to amp it up on both ends of the ball.
Yeah, you still got time, but eventually that time is going to start withering away. And if you keep giving these chances to Middle Township, they're going to keep cashing in on it because they have not stopped cashing in on opportunities when Sterling has given them. So I know Sterling does have time, they're still in it, but eventually that time is just going to start ticking down, and eventually they're going to run out of time.
Three at the line for Anthony Trombetta. 49-37, Middle Township leads. And whistles and a timeout now for Coach Behringer.
Yeah.
You can follow Sterling TV 19 on our Instagram page. Behind the scenes information about all of our live sporting events, our tech crew, and pretty much everything Sterling going on here around the country. You can find all that and more when you follow Sterling TV 19 on our Instagram.
Fans on hand, and guys, one thing I'll say about this Middle Township team is look at our Middle Township cheerleader going down the court here, is that, you know, when Sterling comes with the pressure, whether it's help defense or a trap, Middle Township's doing a better job finding the open man for the outside look, whereas Sterling is getting a pass off high, and you see a lot of times with the Middle Township defender cuts it off and goes the other way. And of course, Middle Township is probably converting the outside shots a little bit more.
Johnson inbounds to McFadden. Time is crucial here for the Knights if they want to make this a more competitive game. Mundell outside. Back to McFadden. It was tipped. McFadden inside. Pass, now Mundell. Mundell drives. Here's McFadden, he fires up a three. It's good! Jadis McFadden with a big bucket there, 9-point game. And Walter Garrison puts a little pressure there on Trombetta, forces a turnover. 4:05 remains, 9-point game. Take a look at the three from McFadden.
Well, McFadden gets the open look and drains it, and then you had Garrison down the other end get the tip. It goes off the Middle Township player's hands, and Sterling's got the ball down by 9.
Mundell back to McFadden. McFadden is fouled on the outside.
Well, Middle Township with the foul to give. We're going to try to cut off, and they did. Jadis McFadden on that drive to the basket.
That screen checks back into the game for Devin Bach. Should be interesting to see if his high caliber defense continues. Johnson inbound to Mundell. Another foul there on the perimeter, and that one is on Jameer McNeil. He's not happy about it.
Vasquine out of this game for a little bit. Now he's back in.
Third foul there for Jameer McNeil. Mundell finds McFadden. Pass was tipped in the hands of McNeil now. McNeil driving, shot is good.
Well, if they win this game, there's your MVP right there.
McFadden drives in, kick out Schmid. Schmid for three, doesn't get it to go, rebound Moore. A lot of contact between McNeil and McFadden, but they're letting him play. Gets away with a double dribble there from Trombetta.
And they're just going to spread things out right now, playing like they need to play with the lead.
Trombetta, less than 3 minutes to go. Sterling trails at 51-40. Here's Bubba McNeil. Sterling amping it up defensively. Vasquine. Pass away. So we'll end up with Sterling.
Going to get the ball in a backcourt violation. Good pressure over there in the corner. But right now with Middle Township up by 11, you have to think it's just too little, too late.
Here's Mundell. Find inside to Garrison. Out to Johnson for three. No good. Batted around. And they foul on the play. See here, Johnson fires over three. And they'll get a foul there going towards the rebound. Sterling now to check in. Ramir Long and Zion Arnett for Julian Johnson and Travis Schmid. Mundell is going to the line with 2:16 remaining. First, the one-on-one free throws is good, and every point critical now, 10-point game.
And this is where, you know, down by 10 with 2:16 remaining, you're going to have to go with that aggressive full court press to try and turn things around.
Second free throw, no good. McNeil, pass to Trombetta. Pass in the corner for Bubba McNeil. Timeout, Middle Township. And you can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. Check out what's going on with some of the spring sports that are about to begin, some of the winter sports that have had their seasons come to a close, and all things Sterling on Sterling TV19 Twitter.
Yep, baseball going to be starting up soon. Me and Schulz will have that for the spring. Lacrosse coming up soon. It's going to be a fun spring sports season. I hope you enjoy your baseball season, Jake.
No doubt about it. We've got baseball, volleyball, lacrosse, softball, obviously. So a lot of good things happening here at the Castle. Obviously, this is going to be, or could be, our last game of the winter season. But I know Coach Greer for Middle Township called the timeout, just telling his kids to just take good care of the ball, not get caught up in the corner. Always look if you're in the corner, not to overhandle the ball. Try and see before you get the ball where you're going with it, because Sterling's going to try to go with the trap in the corner. Sterling's going to try to foul, and Middle Township's just going to have to win it from the free throw line.
Down 10 with 2:05 remaining. So Middle Township to inbound now. Here's Bubba McNeil. Middle Township trying to drain as much clock as possible. Here's Trombetta. And a travel. That is big right there for the Knights.
Yeah, right there. At a three.
Yeah, and we'll take that. That's a break right there. Getting the turnover. Sterling right now needs to hit a three. Down by 10 with a minute and 50 remaining.
So here's Long, finds Mundell. Down low to McFadden. McFadden puts it on the ground. Shots good for James McFadden. 8-point game.
Well, going right at that screen and finishing. Great job by James McFadden.
McNeil guarded tightly. McNeil racing around and a foul.
Yeah, you're at the point now where you got to try to go for the steal. If you don't get the steal, get the foul, put him at the free throw line.
So now into the 1-and-1s. And Bubba McNeil had a phenomenal game. First free throw rolls around and is good. McNeil's second free throw is good, 10-point game. Timeout, Middle Township.
Well, Sterling right now in need of a miracle. Stranger things had happened, but when you look at a Middle Township team that's done what they've done from a defensive standpoint, from how they convert, and now hitting their free throws, it's an uphill battle for Sterling, no question about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not out of it yet, but from the way this Middle Township team has performed all game, from the big defensive plays to their pretty good ball movement so far in the second half, and their incredible free throw shooting up to this point, it's going to be a tough battle in these last few moments of this game. But
yeah, and I felt like Sterling in this game never really got into an offensive rhythm. I think, you know, in Hadfield they had a good offensive rhythm going, good ball movement. And again, I got to give credit to Middle Township with McNeil, and I can't say enough about Basquine out on the perimeter with a lot of length, forcing a lot of high passes, and Sterling just wasn't able to adjust and work around that. Then they moved him down to the low post, he had an effect down there. And McNeil and Basquine, I think, have been the two biggest contributors in what Middle Township brings to the table, and looks like it's going to ultimately get them the Group 2 South Jersey title.
yeah, I mean, Sterling, they've made a couple big defensitive plays. They've gotten some nice steals. They've intercepted some passes, because earlier in this game, Middle Township wasn't really connecting with those passes, but it's just they've been able to set things up for them to make this a closer game. It's just when they've really needed to, they just haven't been able to execute offensively.
Sterling needs points, and they need them fast. Here's McFadden in the corner. Schmidt for three. Big basket there by Travis Schmidt. And now Sterling is going to be forced to foul.
Well, that's a start right there.
And a timeout by Middle Township. Big basket from the sophomore Travis Schmidt in the corner. Couple of threes from him beyond the arc in the corner this game.
Yeah, when they've needed Schmidt today, he's been pretty good. I mean, he's really come through when they've needed him. When someone like McFadden or Mundell or someone they've needed to get to him, he's been open and he's been reliable. It's for Sterling. It's all about finishing it out.
Yeah, Sterling right now just has to continue to be aggressive with that full course press, trap whenever you can or have the ability to. And Middle Township on there, I'm sure, you know, Coach Greer called that timeout to tell his players, hey, don't try to overhandle the ball, don't get caught up in the corner. And if you see one of your players getting trapped, you've got to come to the ball. You can't be flat-footed.
Nice job by Sterling to force Coach Greer and Middle Township to take a timeout, or else they would have gotten a 5-second violation. Nevertheless, they'll try and inbound it again here. Passes in to McNeil. Now they get it to Trombetta. Trombetta racing up the court, and it's off Basquine. Sterling doesn't have to foul. They'll get it back.
That's a big play right there. That's something that can start your momentum in this last minute, 5 seconds. A three right here, 4-point game, you still got a chance.
Sterling caught a break there, because there's no way you want that ball to go cleanly down the other end of the court, but just a mishandle, and now Sterling's got the ball right now. Going by 7.
McFadden looking around. Sterling needs buckets quick. Johnson looking for help. McFadden now in the corner. Mundell. 4-point game. And Sterling fouls.
They're going to get the foul, but boy. Sterling thought, Coach Ballinger thought they had that ball. Oh, thought he had all ball. There's the three by C.J. Mundell, who's had a phenomenal night from the outside. Wow, almost got the steal.
McNeil 2 for 2 at the line in this quarter. 6 the first one.
Boy, what a pivotal play that was in this game. It's an opportunity to get it down to a one-score game.
Second free throw is good for McNeil. Another timeout from Middle Township. We're going to take one more look at this.
Well, you're sending everybody over there, and you're getting McFadden right there. Oh, man. Oh, looked like he got ball, but they're going to say he got the arm. That's a tough one right there. Tough play.
That's probably the most pivotal play you can look at the end of this game.
One more look at it.
Yeah, and you have McNeil right out there with his back to everyone. with really nowhere to go. And that's what I said, in that situation, that's where if you're Middle Township, you've got to get players going over the ball, sensing that he's being trapped, and get to him and help him out. But he really had no help over there and was fortunate to get the foul called, and obviously did a real nice job on his end, converting on the free throws.
Sterling down 55-49. They need baskets and they need them quick. Less than a minute to go. Mundell. Rocket over in the corner to Schmid. Schmid puts it on the floor. Shot up and a foul.
Looks like right now they're feeding the two hot hands. First C.J. Mundell, then Travis Schmid.
Schmid, the best free throw shooter on the team percentage-wise, 85%.
This is big right here.
First free throw, no good. Second free throw is good. Now back in the game for the Knights is Bramir Long. 35.2 seconds remain. Knights down 5 and they'll have to foul. Middle Township gets it into McNeil. And I thought he was out of bounds, guys.
I mean, hopefully we can get a good look at it. Unfortunately,
we're going to see if we get another look at that. I don't know if we have another look here. From our vantage point, it's tough to see the out of bounds. You got the crowd standing up.
Coach Behringer making substitutions based on whether the Knights are going to be going on offense or defense. Back into the game is Johnson and Schmid. And Bubba McNeil, phenomenal at the line. He's 5 for 5 in the fourth quarter when it's mattered the most.
Yeah, we said if they were going to finish this one out, it would have to be converting from the free throw line. And McNeil has done all of it for Middle Township.
McFadden racing up the court. McFadden drives inside, clear contact and a foul. Sterling going to need to convert on both 1-and-1 free throws here. Take another look at McFadden and just clear contact there. Timeout taken by Coach Behringer and the Knights. They trail by 7.
You can follow Sterling TV19 on our Facebook page. Behind-the-scenes information, every upload on YouTube, guest connections with Mr. Claiborne, and much, much more. And you can find all that, as well as tons of our sporting events when you follow Sterling TV19 on our Facebook page.
Well, if you can get 2 free throws, get it within 5, and then try to go for the steal off the inbound. If you don't get it within a couple seconds, obviously you have to foul, but haven't had much luck with that, with what McNeil's been able to do and converting a lot of free throws.
They've just given the ball to Bubba McNeil. And so the winner of this game will be playing at 5:30 on Thursday at Central Regional High School. Mr. K is telling us that geographically that is around the North Jersey Shore area.
Yeah, they kind of go with those neutral sites once you get once you get into the state semifinals and the state finals.
So it'll be McFadden at the line. First one is good. under 30 seconds remain. It's a 6-point game. Sterling trails it. Second one rolls around and is good. Big basket and big trip there by McFadden. And now they get the ball into the hands of McNeil. They're trying to foul. Got a foul. And they foul once again Bubba McNeil, who has been red hot at the line.
Yeah, he got away from the defender. Sterling would have liked to have gotten that foul a little bit sooner, but McNeil got away from the defender and got to the open floor, and then Sterling was able to catch up to him. And again, McNeil on the free throw line.
On that second foul, McNeil continues the hot streak at the line. He is 7 for 7 in the fourth quarter. Now Mundell, 20 seconds remain. Mundell for three. Shot is no good.
Well, Jameer McNeil has been the MVP, I think, overall. But Bubba McNeil has been the MVP down the stretch in the last minute and 20 seconds. Draining all his free throws.
So here is Jameer McNeil, and he's fouled quickly by Zion Arnett, so they'll send the other McNeil to the line, and Sterling now hoping for a different result.
Yeah, well, Middle Township did what they had to do to close this out, and Sterling had a few opportunities. You know, they were down by 10 with about a minute 20 left. You thought they almost had a chance to get it to within 4, but Middle Township, as they have all night, really fought back and did what they had to do to close this game out and get themselves the Group 2 championship.
Second one is left short. McFadden now. McFadden fires up a three. Shot no good. Rebound Garrison. Now in the corner. It's Johnson for a three and no good. And now that will do it. And so Middle Township is your South Jersey Group 2 state champion. They win it by a score of 60 to 52 here at the Castle. A 7th seed comes all the way to win it.
Yeah, this is a 7th seed that was battle tested the whole way through. Had a lot of good competition, and this is a well-deserved win for this Middle Township team. Really did a lot of good things, I think, on the defensive end. Again, I like how they defended the perimeter, they moved that screen down low to defend the low post, and they converted and got contributions from a lot of different players, and I think you need to do that if you want to go on and win a championship.
Yeah, just a well-thought, well-deserved win for this Middle Township team. They played 32 minutes of very good basketball. You take a look right there, a big class act by their head coach Lamar Greer. Just that's exactly what you want to see. But what a run for this Sterling team, a team that fought all the way to this point. And unfortunately, they came up short, but this is a team that fought hard their whole way through. They took down the #1 seed. That's a tough thing to do.
At Hatfield.
Yeah, phenomenal job by the Sterling team. They started off red hot when we thought they were going to take a couple of games to gel together, being a young team. And they started off red hot, had a lull towards the middle to the end of that season, and then turned it on come playoff time. Beat the #1 seed in Haddonfield, beat a top Overbrook team.
I think you just
came
ran
up a little short.
To a real good team there, hoisting that trophy. And the thing about this Middle Township team is they have all underclassmen, so they'll be back next year. This is a tough team. And, you know, Basqueen was only a sophomore, McNeil a junior. So they're not finished with their run. But again, you got to give credit to Sterling. And Jacob, you said it, had a little bit of a lull in the latter part of the season, but really came on and had some hard fought-for wins, especially that Haddonfield win in Haddonfield. Team, was a tough team with a lot of character. Just came up a little bit short against a pretty good Middle Township team.
Yeah, but Sterling, they're going to have guys back too. I mean, unfortunately, they'll lose Mundell and McFadden, but they have a lot of talent on their roster. They have Premier Long for a long time. They have Travis Schmid. They have Garrison for another year. I mean, they have playmakers. They have guys that are talented, and they have guys that are going to take this team the distance, I think.
Yeah, I just want to take a second to commend Coach Lamar Greer, who instead of celebrating with his boys, came over and made sure he talked to every single one of the Sterling players, being a guy that's been in this situation, a bit on the winning end. Obviously, tremendous class from the opposing head coach.
No question about it. We got a good look at that with our Channel 19 camera guys who did an outstanding job all night, all season. Kudos to them. Kudos to everybody in the truck. Mr. K, outstanding as always. And you guys, man, what a pair here. We always try to get kids to come on, and it's a struggle, but you guys have really embraced it and just done an outstanding job, and I'm glad you're back next year. And Brian and I will be back in the spring.
We'll be back in the spring, but I mean, I really just want to thank everyone. I mean, from Mr. K to all the guys helping us out in the gym with the camera crew, to the guys in the truck, to you guys, commentating with you guys for a full season, Jake and Schulz. It's been an honor to sit at this table all year.
I agree, a lot of fun. And boy, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the super fans and our student body, them coming out and supporting this team through its run. They were a big part of what Sterling was able to do, going into Haddonfield, a tough place to play. And really, you didn't feel like we were in an opposing team's building with the noise and the impact the super fans had. They had the impact tonight, but just we went against a better team. I don't think there's any question about it.
Sterling just unable to win this one. Obviously, you can go back and point out everything that could have went their way, but I just want to talk about the season as a whole. I mean, it was a phenomenal season for the boys. They made it all the way to the Group 2 final, and even when things got tough, even when we went through that losing stretch, they stuck it out, they stuck together, and they fed off the energy in that locker room and played together as a team, and that's when they played their best basketball. As a team, when they stopped focusing on the individual, stopped focusing about, I'm going to take the girls' race, but stopped focusing about me and started focus on we as a group.
Yeah, there were a lot of different contributors, and don't think that these younger guys won't benefit from the experience of this playoff run. Because, guys, you see that there's the regular season, but the playoffs and everything that's involved in the playoffs, all the things you go through are totally different than the regular season. And I think these guys are going to carry that experience in the next season.
So once again, Middle Township is crowned the South Jersey Group 2 champions. And thanks for being on the broadcast with us. I'm Jay Clark, joined by Kevin Schulz and Brian McClernand. And guys, it's been an honor to put on the mic with you guys all year long. Shame it has to end in this fashion, but what a great season it was for our boys and girls basketball teams. It was also fun commentating the wrestling with you, Mr. Schulz.
Yeah,
I sat in the truck, but hey,
I learned a lot from you, Jacob. Of course, Jacob wrestled for a long period of time, so I just kind of sat back and listened to you. I think I got a few pretzels during the broadcast, but again, it's been a great experience. Working with you guys, working with everybody involved, and just a great winter season. So many different highlights from the different sports, and kudos to all the kids. Kudos just to Sterling as a whole.
Yeah, so we know how Behringer had the Skittles. We got to talk about Schulz and his candy. He's always with the chocolate bars, the Hershey bars, the Snickers.
I usually give you guys some, but I admit I hid one of the Snickers on. I got to complain about that.
And we just want to thank you for being on the broadcast with us here today. tough loss for Sterling as they drop the Group 2 championship game to Middle Township. Middle Township will move on to move and play at Central High School on Thursday at 5:30. Thanks for an amazing season here and with us on Channel 19. I'm Jake Clark, always joined by Mr. Schulz and Brian McClernand. Thanks to Mr. K back in the booth and all of our fantastic camera workers. And that'll do it for us here for this broadcast and this winter season and a final Go Knights from the winter season.
And as always, Go Knights.